done quite well, and certainly if I speak to the investment community, they're all very impressed with the way we've increased market share, especially on the revenue side and so on, and the growth that is still coming out of this market. It's, you know, a lot of people say, you know, South African market in the telecom or in the cellular space, because although we see ourselves more in the telecom space now, has saturated. But you know, if you look at revenue growth of 10%, if you look at the prepaid market growth in revenue of 15% year on year over the past 6 months, I mean, it's just, it's quite, you know, it's certainly very satisfying that that there is still such growth. You know, and then if you look at the data growth, you know, going above 50%. I've always seen competition as being very aggressive. 4 operators do make a difference to 2. But you know, when we were 2, they were I think as aggressive. So that's the first comment. Second is, you're quite right. You know, especially in the pricing, you know, we've seen certainly a decrease on pricing, especially in the data space. You know, in the order of 30–40% decreases. You know, if I look at my effective rate per meg charge, you know, it's come down substantially over the past year. The voice, you know, the effective rate, especially in the prepaid market, also come down. So in a sense, you know, certainly the effect on pricing because of competition this past year has been more aggressive than most years that I can remember. It's not bad news, that, to be honest with you. I think the consumers will say absolutely not. I would say also from our business perspective, it's not bad news. Why do I say that? Firstly, in the voice prepaid market, we have seen elasticity above 1% on occasion, especially with the way we're offering the product in our MTN zone environments, where we, you know, effectively will discount depending on what capacity we've got available. We've seen elasticity, so certainly you see the effective rate drop by 30%, but you see the volume, the minutes of use increase by 35% in certain segments. A lot of the reason for the pricing change is not just because of price competitive or competition pressures, but because the infrastructure is changing at such a rate. You know, where, you know, we never before have invested as much as we are over this period now in 3rd generation and 4th generation base stations, in putting fiber to that base station. So we're really building the next generation infrastructure.